Hello, my beautiful, wonderful, bookish friends. Today we're gonna be back with another reading vlog, a continuing series I'm in the middle of vlog. I posted a poll on my YouTube channel asking which book I should start with for this video. And as of right now, I believe I know where it's at. Yes. As of right now, when I'm filming this, I'm actually very surprised at the book that you guys wanted me to read first. And that is Prince Caspian from the Chronicles of Narnia series. This is the fourth book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. It was like overwhelmingly Prince Caspian, guys. I did not expect that. I thought Prince Caspian was going to be like the least voted for option. So I'm very surprised, honestly. The caveat with this is that right now, on this day, I am in a very audiobook kind of mood. And I always like to kind of just have an audiobook on the go at all times. It's just what I like listening to. My Spotify hours have not renewed. I don't currently have Audible anymore. My Libby hold is not coming for another few days. Like at least 5 more days, I think, for this book. So what I'm gonna do is the audiobook that is ready on my Libby for me to read is The Atlas Paradox, which is another one that I was planning to read for this vlog anyways. When I'm feeling a physical book, I will pick up Prince Caspian, and when I'm feeling an audiobook, I'll pick up The Atlas Paradox. Hopefully this won't get confusing. I'm just really in an audiobook mood right now. But I am very excited to pick this up too. I already started listening to The Atlas Paradox, but I'm pretty sure I'm only on the second chapter, so not much has happened. We're just getting back into the story. I'm kind of trying to figure out what happened in the first book. I was potentially thinking about watching like a recap video on the Atlas 6 because I did read it a few months back and it's a little bit hazy. This is why something that I want to do this year is to read series books closer together so that I don't like forget all of the information. So that is one goal for 2025. 2025 is going to be a great year, guys. I digress. Wow. The ADHD is so real. This looks really cute. I love my editions of the Chronicles of Narnia. I just like love this little... That looks so cute and so like fun and whimsical. And of course you do have in these versions little illustrations throughout every few pages. So if you are one of the people who voted, I would love to know why you chose this book above all of the others. I really liked the first two in this series. The third one was one of my least favorite books of the year in 2024, not gonna lie. It was pretty boring. So I'm just really hoping that this will pick up, and I think that's why it's taken me so long to pick this up, because the third one was just so boring. I have faith. I'm excited to read today. We're just kind of coming out of the holiday funk a little bit here. A few days past New Year's, and I'm finally getting a grip on things, on life. So I have done a bunch of chores already today. I just took a shower, but one chore that I did say that I wanted to get done today was to fold all of my clean laundry. I always wash all of my dirty laundry, but then the clean laundry just builds up, you know, that's really like my only thing that I need and want to get done today. It's Saturday. Just flipping through this and the illustrations are just so dang cute. And it's making me excited to pick it up. So I am going to go downstairs and start folding my laundry and listen to some more of the Atlas Paradox. And then later I will pick up this after I'm done with my laundry, because I'm just going to be kind of lazy for the rest of the day after the laundry is done. Okay guys, here's the deal. I know I'm annoying. The Atlas Paradox, the ebook version just became available on Libby. So now I have the audiobook and the ebook. So I'm just going to read the Atlas Paradox first, and then hopefully by the time I'm done with that, Prince Caspian will be available on audiobook through Libby. So we're gonna read Prince Caspian after the Atlas Paradox. Sorry. Hello, my friends. It is the next day, and I am 40% through the Atlas Paradox. I just got to part 5, or chapter 5. I always call them parts because they're so long. So I am feeling similarly about this book that I did with the Atlas 6. And it's kind of hard to put into words, I will say. I am intrigued about what's going on in the story. I, however, do not feel connected with these characters. And I was feeling that same way with the Atlas 6, and I was hoping that with the sequel I would feel a little bit more connected with them, but I am just not. And I think that it might be because all of them are just a little bit insufferable. Insufferable or just awful people. It's hard to like root for any of them, really. I do recall when I read the first one that I was like intrigued by the characters, and I still have that feeling of intrigue, but that's a very different feeling than liking the characters. And I feel like if I liked the characters, I would be able to push through this story faster and easier, and I would like it more. There's also a lot of unnecessary like floweriness to the writing style, and it definitely makes the story drag, in my opinion. And it's the same as in the first one. It's not really like necessary to the story, and I'm like 40% of the way through, and to be honest with you, not a lot has happened. And I feel like it's because of the flowery writing. The actual events of the plot just get drawn out for so long. I'm not liking it. I don't know. I don't know. I have actually contemplated DNFing this, you guys. As of right now, I am 99% sure that if I make it through the Atlas Paradox, that I will not be picking up the Atlas Complex, which is the third and final book in this trilogy. It's very academic, and if you have been around for a while, you know that heavily academic books, like where the academia is like a very large focus, are hard for me to get through, especially when the writing is like very flowery and there's like a lot of words that are used that I don't know. I definitely can appreciate her writing, and I do find it like beautiful and thought-provoking. I think that's the big thing, is that her writing's very thought-provoking, and I think like a lot of the conversations that the characters are having are very existential, I guess. I don't know. So I do like that, but at the same time, I don't know, like the combination of like the existential like thoughts and concepts on top of like very flowery and like over the top writing, it just is, it's making it drag a little bit. So yeah, that is where I'm at currently with this. I'm not hating it, but I'm not loving it. And one thing that I want to do more in the new year is DNF, because I did not get to many of the books that I was very, very excited about in 2024 because I did not DNF books that I wasn't enjoying. It's not that I am hating this book. but I'm not really like thoroughly enjoying it. And I feel like at 40%, it should be like picking up and I should be liking it more. I'm gonna try to make it to like the 60% point, and I'm hoping that it will kind of pick up and I'll be like really interested in the story at that point. But I think if I'm still feeling the same way at around 60%, I think I probably will DNF it. It hurts my soul to DNF because I just want to see things through, but it really is one of my goals to just let it go. Like if I don't like it or I'm not like overly into it, because there's just too many books on my TBR for me to read books that I'm not interested in. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna read a little bit more. I might be picking up Prince Caspian sooner than I thought. I DNF'd the Alice Paradox. I made it 67% of the way through, and I was intrigued to see what would happen, but not so much that I wanted to continue, clearly. And like, it makes me kind of sad, not gonna lie. Like, I could just finish it. I only have like 33% left, but it's kind of strange that 60% of the way through the second book is when I'm starting to become attached to the characters. And also, half the time, I don't know what's going on in this book. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I feel like there's just like a lot of like secrets and like stuff that's like shrouded, or maybe it's just going completely over my head, to be honest. I don't know. Some of it, because of one of the characters' situations, is very like dreamlike. Reality is very blurred in her situation. And that is confusing me too. And I would like to find out what happens, but I just think I don't really like the writing style. And also, once again, as we know, I just don't really do well with like all of the academic stuff. There's a lot of like science-y kind of talk in this book, and I just don't understand it. It goes over my head. Guess I'm just like not enjoying it enough to continue, and I just don't even really know what's going on anymore at this point, even though I am starting to like the characters. See, now I'm second guessing if I should just continue it. But I know for a fact I'm not going to want to pick up the third one, so like, what's the point? I'm just going to move on, and I'm going to pick up Prince Caspian for you guys. I looked back on the poll that we did, and it's still at the highest spot. There's like 6 more votes added, but it's still majority want to see this book. So this is what we're going to start on. No, Libby did not come through with the audiobook yet, which is disappointing because audiobooks are my saving grace because I have so many chores and things to do being a single mom. So it's nice to just pop on my headphones and listen to the audiobook. But I'm definitely going to get started on this tonight. I do have a bunch of chores that I need to do, so I'm going to do those first and then read. Hello, my lovely friends. Have all of these clips been in my room in the same exact position, in the same exact outfit probably? It's kind of embarrassing. I've been very busy, so the only chance that I'm really getting to film and read is at night at bedtime after my kids have gone to bed. So it might look the same over and over again, but I swear days have passed. I'm now reading Prince Caspian. I am on chapter 5, page 62, about 20% of the way through, I would say. And I'm really liking it, guys. I am really enjoying it. It is giving the same whimsy that The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe gave, and I'm so happy and glad because I really did not like The Horse and His Boy, but I'm absolutely eating this up already. It is just so magical and very fairy tale-esque, but also very unique. I really love this world. I'm very intrigued to see what's gonna happen. I kind of like the timeline of these books as well. It's like very interesting. I'm wondering if the 5th book, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, I'm wondering if that is gonna be like similar to The Horse and His Boy, where it's like kind of like a novella that is like not about the main characters. Very interested about like the timeline of it all, because the first one is like a prequel to Narnia, and then the second one is like our main characters come into play, and then the third one is kind of like an offshoot about like some random kids finding Narnia, but not our main characters, and then this one is like diving back into our main characters. It's just like very interesting. It's keeping me on my toes, I guess you could say. And of course, as you guys know, my edition has pictures, and I'm loving that. Honestly, I wish every book had pictures, not gonna lie. So yeah, I'm having a really fun time with this so far. I'm going back and forth between DNFing the Atlas Complex. I know I already made a clip saying that I was going to DNF it, but then when I said I'm DNFing it, I kind of got sad. Because I do feel like the point at which I'm DNFing it, the characters are like starting to grow on me a little bit. So I don't know, and this is, my audiobook for this on Libby is still not available yet. We're just gonna have to see what happens. I keep going back and forth about it. We'll see. I'm so tired, but I do want to read a chunk of this tonight. I have officially finished Prince Caspian. I really liked this. This was giving basically all the same vibes as The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, except I do think that I liked it just a little bit more, actually. I think this is my second favorite in the series so far, the first being my number one. It's very magical, very whimsical. I love anything that involves people falling through a portal into another world. And I also love how C.S. Lewis just gets right to it. He just gets right to it. There's no fluff at all in these books. It's just adventure right off the bat. And I just love that about these. They're just so quick and to the point, and it makes them just so good, so fun, so quick and easy. I literally just finished this like 5 minutes ago, so it's hard for me to put a rating on it, but I think I will probably rate it a 3.75, maybe a 4 stars, depending on if I think about it a lot. The adventures in this are so good, and I just loved the concept of people and creatures not being able to see Aslan unless they believed in him, and I just found it so cute that Lucy was the first one to see him because she believed in him the whole time. It's just so cute. I love it. Maybe I will give it a 4 stars. You know what? I think I am probably going to land on a 4 stars for this one. I have 3 more books in that series to go, but now I am going to pick up Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I can't remember if I already said this in this vlog, but this is going to be a reread. I read the Harry Potter series when I was younger, probably between the ages of like 11 and 14, 15 maybe, I think, somewhere along those lines. So it's been a long time, needless to say, like over 15 years, but I am a Harry Potter stan. I have a Harry Potter tattoo. These were my gateway books as a kid. This is why I am into reading. And these are also the reason why I fell into like a 15-year book slump where I just didn't pick up any books, because I finished off this series when the last book came out and nothing ever compared. And so I pretty much just like gave up on reading, which is very, very sad. I'm so glad that I am back into reading and I'm loving it so much. But anyway, if you didn't know, this is the third book in the Harry Potter series. This book and the fourth book, in my opinion, are kind of really when things start to pick up a little bit. Unfortunately, I do not have the audiobook for this because it's like a 6-week wait on the Libby app for this audiobook, and it is not on Spotify Unlimited, Spotify Premium. It's not on Spotify Premium unless you buy it, which is like $20 or something, which is crazy. And I don't currently have Audible. Thinking about getting it again, but I have so many subscriptions and it's just chaotic. So anyway, I will be just reading this, not listening. That's where we're at, guys. I'm so excited to pick this up. I feel like this is really when like the lore begins, like so good, so good. Hello, my friends. It has been a few days since I updated you. I am currently reading Harry Potter, as we know, and I forget what chapter I'm on, but I know it's the chapter where they meet the Boggart. I think I'm about 20 to 30% of the way through. I want to say like 30% of the way through. And as we all guessed, I'm loving it. I just love that I'm doing this reread. This series obviously means so much to me, as I think I've already said. I mostly am enjoying like all of the little things that happen in the books that don't happen in the movies. So it's really fun to remember all those little things. I'm really loving Fred and George in this book. They're freaking hilarious. They always are hilarious, but just some of the comments that they've made so far, I've just been like laughing out loud. So we just got done with meeting Buckbeak and the whole Malfoy situation with Buckbeak. So that's where I'm at. And right before their first Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson. I'm really enjoying it also because my brother and I have been watching the movies after I finish the books, which I know the movies like the back of my hands. I have seen those movies more than I've seen any other movie. I've never repeated movies like I repeat Harry Potter. So yeah, it's just been a fun experience so far. I did start Children of the Fallen Gods also on audiobook because it is over 600 pages long. I'm nervous that I'm going to run out of time to read it. So I'm sure that I will definitely finish Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban before I'm done with Children of the Fallen Gods on audio. So yeah, after Harry Potter, I will be picking up Children of the Fallen Gods physically. And as far as the audiobook goes so far, I don't like the narrators, and I think a lot of people have similar feelings about that. I'm not really sure exactly what it is. I feel like they sound like pretentious or something. Like the voices don't match the characters that I imagine for them. So yeah, I'm just listening to that randomly here and there, getting a little bit of a head start, and I'm liking it so far. I'm only on chapter 6, so like not a lot has happened. It's only probably like 50 pages or less in. There is a couple things that have happened. Some intrigue. Definitely excited to see where this book takes us. I read Daughter of No Worlds kind of a while ago now. I can't really remember when. I want to say like September or something. So it's been a while since I've been in this world, and I'm just like still kind of fumbling with like the characters and stuff, just trying to remember people's names and like who they are, what they're doing in the story, and all that. I just realized that my microphone is not plugged in to this camera, so I'm really sorry if this portion of the video has terrible audio. I think this book is making me realize when I start a series, I need to like see it through like very close together so that I don't forget everything. Unless it's a series that all of the books haven't been published yet, then I probably just need to either watch some videos to get a recap or just reread the series before the next ones come out. But anyways, enough yapping. Hey guys, long time no talk. I guess technically not for you guys, but for me it's been a little while since my last update. I officially finished Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and just as I expected, I loved it so much. There was a lot more in here that was not in the movies. It seems like as I make my way through this series, each book progressively has more and more things that are not in the movies. So I'm loving discovering those little things all over again. It's been a really fun journey. I do think, though, that this has been my least favorite so far out of the first three. I don't know. Maybe not. I can't even say that I don't like a Harry Potter book. It's not that I don't like this. I am giving this a 4.25 stars. So obviously it's up there. I think I also gave Chamber of Secrets a 4.25. Actually, no, I think I gave Chamber of Secrets a 4.25 or a 4.5. This one technically is lower than the other two, but like not by much. Anything that's like a 4 stars and above in my book is a book that I will keep on my shelf, a book that I cherish, a book that I will probably reread. So this definitely has a high rating from me. I forgot about, and I love Crookshanks in this book. Crookshanks and Sirius's relationship. I forgot about that, and it's so cute. They kind of made Crookshanks in the movie out to be like this terrible cat, but he's literally so smart in the books. Love it so much. With that, I have been making my way through Children of Fallen Gods. I think I'm about 70% of the way through at this point. I've been going between physical and audiobook. I am liking this so far. I think I'm liking it just as much as I liked Daughter of No Worlds. I don't know what it is. I do really like this series, but it's not one that is like standing out a lot. You know what? I think that I'm just literally tainted ever since I read ACOTAR, guys. It's so upsetting. I wish that I had started my fantasy journey with a different series, because I think I just go into fantasy series expecting it to give me like the same high as ACOTAR, and nothing ever compares. And I read that almost 2 years ago now. That's crazy. I've read a lot of books since I read ACOTAR, and nothing ever meets the level of love and hype that I have for that series. But with that being said, I do really like this so far. I really like our characters. I think I said this earlier in the vlog, that some people say that the audiobook for this series is not good. And I will say that I think the audiobook might actually be tainting my thoughts about this. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint exactly why I'm not enjoying the audiobook, but either way, I'm still really enjoying this. I do think that this will probably end up being in the 4-star range. We'll see what happens in the end here. Maybe if things like pick up and get really exciting, it'll make it above a 4 stars. I think Daughter of No Worlds, I think I rated that a 3.75. And you know what? I think as of right now, actually, this is standing kind of around the same spot, like a 3.75, which is also very good. It's funny though, because I don't really know why it's not above a 4 stars, because there is action. There's a lot happening. The politics are very interesting. I like the characters a lot. You know what? I don't really know why, but I don't think I really like Max. Or maybe it's not that I don't like Max, but I just don't really feel convinced about Max and Tasana's chemistry. I just don't feel like they go well together, and I don't really know why. I feel like it's because of the first book. Yeah, I don't know. I just think I don't really like Max. And I don't think that Max and Tasana have chemistry. But then again, it's not that I don't like Max. See, I'm going in circles. I don't even know why it's not hitting as much as I would hope it would. But all of that negativity to say, I am still really enjoying myself with this series, and I definitely will be purchasing the third one. And even if this does end up below a 4 stars, I do think I'm going to keep this series on my shelf. I love the covers, I love the artwork, and I really do like this story a lot. I wish we had a little bit more of the side characters. Like, I really like Samarin, and like I kind of want to like know Samarin's story, to be honest. But anyways, that's where I'm at. I am going to finish this up probably within the next couple days here, and I will come back to you with my final thoughts. I have officially finished Children of the Fallen Gods, or Children of Fallen Gods, and I loved it so much. I gave it you guys, I need a new tripod. The amount of tripods that I've gone through just since starting my YouTube channel is like not okay. Okay, it's just like literally not going to stay up. Anyways, I loved this. I gave this a 4.25. Okay. Anyway, like I said, I gave this a 4.25. I really enjoyed it. I liked it more than I liked the first one. The first one, I believe I gave a 3.75. I don't know why, but in the first one, I just could not connect with the characters. Honestly, I really am starting to think that it might actually have to do with the fact that I listened to a lot of it. I listened to a lot of this book as well, and I will say that when I was picking it up physically, I enjoyed it a lot more than when I was listening. And you know what? This series has actually made me realize, or it's just made me kind of think more about this. When it comes to fantasy specifically, I don't think I like audiobooks. I like audiobooks when it's a romance or when it's a thriller, but I think especially if it is a fantasy that has kind of like a lot of world building and you really have to pay attention, I don't like it. I don't think I like listening to it on audio. Plus, I really, really love listening to music when I read fantasy. It just makes the book even better when you're listening to music, in my opinion, because it's like a movie in your head. It's just so freaking good. And that's what I did with this one. When I wasn't listening to the audiobook, I was reading it physically with music, and I loved it. And I think that if I had listened to this all the way through without physically reading, I wouldn't have rated it as highly. So guys, I definitely don't suggest the audiobook for this series specifically. But yeah, I really liked it so much. I already bought the third and final book. It should be here today, and I'm very excited for that. Hoping to read it in February. Should we do a little recap of all of the books that I read in this vlog? I can't even remember what I started with, to be honest. What did I even start with? Okay, yep, I remember. We started with The Atlas Paradox, which I DNF'd at 60%. And I do think that I made the right decision, to be honest, because I don't think about the story or the characters. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I didn't like the characters. I really thought that the second book would kind of like help me to warm up to them more, but they're very unlikable. All of them. They're all either super irritating or just downright mean and horrible. So yeah, I wasn't connected with them. I was intrigued about where the story was going, but also the writing was far too like flowery, and there was a lot of academia and like science-y stuff that it went right over my head, guys, right over my head. So I just was like, I'm not enjoying this. And then we read Prince Caspian. I really enjoyed this one, you guys. The Chronicles of Narnia series has been so fun to dive into. I gave this one a 4 stars. Really, really enjoyed it. I loved all of the characters so much, and I think that this one has solidified the fact that Lucy is my favorite character out of everybody so far. Then we read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. We all saw it coming, but I loved this one too. I gave it a 4.25. I don't think that there's going to be a Harry Potter book in this series that I don't like, because I already know the story and I know I love it so much. But yeah, this one was fun. I do think that I like the first 2 more than this one, but it's sitting at a 4.25, which is very, very good in my books. Can't wait to dive into the 4th one. And lastly, I read, obviously, Children of Fallen Gods, which I just said I rated a 4.25. This was a pretty successful reading vlog, you guys, minus the Atlas Paradox. I rated all of these books above a 4 stars. And actually, you guys will have to wait for my wrap-up video, but all of the books that I've read, minus the Atlas Paradox, have been above a 4 stars this month, which is such a great way to start off 2025. Love it. If you like these kind of videos, I would love if you would subscribe and stick around. Come continue to hang out with me in my little corner of BookTube. I would love to know you guys' thoughts on these books. Are they on your TBR or have you read them? Just talk to me about books in the comments, guys. You know the drill. This was really fun, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!